All right, guys, welcome back. It is Monday, January 27th. I'm gonna start taping off I'm gonna start wet sanding the truck on side here. We're gonna wet sand it. That was the primer, so wet sand now, and then gonna do some gloss black paint. Got my sound deadening pad here. They're heavy. I mean, they're probably, I don't know, one package is probably about 20 pounds a piece. So thank you again to Twin Stick Garage for recommending these guys. Got these guys off of Amazon. Everything was on Amazon. So I got the sound deadening mat and insulation. And after I paint that, we're gonna start laying down some insulation sound deadening stuff. So pretty excited. It's coming together pretty quickly. Needs a good cleaning in here, but that sound deadening stuff will be really nice. So here we go. All right, so I sprayed the coat of black paint on the truck, and it had a little bit of imperfections in it. Just a couple specks. Yeah, you can see it right there in the camera. There's one there, a couple here, but anyhow, it was kind of throughout pretty good actually. I don't know if that's from the soda blasting or what. I mean, I blew it out with air. I wiped it off. I did everything I could, I think. I mean, I'm not looking for perfection, but it doesn't need to be that shitty. So anyhow, I wet sanded it, let that go for about 8 hours. I did this morning at 9 o'clock. It's 4:30 right now. So just wet sanded that. I gotta go to the chiropractor real quick. I know I'm 26 years old and I already gotta go to the chiropractor like every 2 weeks. My freaking shoulder's jacked. I'm trying to get that figured out. It's starting to piss me off. But got done painting this. It's dusty. It's really hot in here. It's probably, let's go check it. I think it's like 75. I'm going off the thermometer because it came on around 80. So about 80 degrees in here, which is good painting weather. Okay, so here you go. On the paint, looks good. So everything looks good. Everything come out good. Time to go home and get some dinner. Hey guys, I just want to say happy Tuesday already. It is Tuesday, January 28th. I usually say what day it is just so you guys know what day it is. Sometimes when you make all the videos together, it's hard to tell what day we are on. This doesn't happen overnight, obviously. So that's why I'm letting you know what I actually get done in a day and what I don't get done in a day. So I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I mean, it could be better. But for what I had to work with in the truck and all the dust around the shop and stuff, it'll be fine. Again, this is just to be better than what it was, make it look the best I can with what I had to do it with. So I'm gonna pop you guys up in the corner and you can watch me take the tape off. And hopefully it comes off fairly easy and doesn't fight me the whole way. And hopefully when it comes off, it looks still as good as it did before it came off. Alright, well, here it is. Didn't take long for this truck to already get dusty again. But, so, it's back together. I didn't tighten all the screws down on the dash real tight here because it's not 1000% cured yet. It's been sitting for about 20 hours. So, it's just dusty. But anyhow, you can see the tape job around the edges there. Pretty good. But, you know, if you really wanted to get real picky with this truck, I would not suggest painting it in the cab, especially if it was soda blasted, because there's soda everywhere. I spent probably 10 minutes alone and just blowing it out. And every time you paint, you know, that baking soda is not good on paint when you're trying to paint. So it just kind of keeps coming out of the cracks everywhere. So you got a little bit of imperfections, but you know, I use a spray can in the overall end. So if you're looking for like a 1000% good paint job, take the dash out. Me, I'm not taking this dash out just to paint it black. So it'll have to do. It looks good enough for me. Like I said, it's better than what it was. So again, huge shout out the Twin Stick Garage for recommending these guys, because they're next to go in. We're gonna start playing with that here pretty soon. I'm gonna go run up to the drive shaft company and see if we can get a drive shaft made for this truck here. And if the drive shaft gets made, it should be moving on its own power. So you hopefully can see this thing rolling around on its own. I can bring it in on my own. Park it, work on it, take it out without using the tractor or skid loader to move it around. But I just wanted to give you a show of what it looked like. It is dusty, and like I said, it is a dirty shop, so it's not going to be the best job. But like I said, it was better than what it was. It was all scratched up and wore out, and a little bit of dents here and there, and I didn't fix them. Just went right over it. So there's your paint job. All right, so I got the scuffing pad, maroon one. I'm just gonna scuff the interior of this truck. So basically, scuff it. I'm gonna get it the best I can. I'm gonna wipe over it with lacquer thinner, clean it off, and I'm gonna do the sound deadening material first, which will be the silver stuff. This is pretty good stuff. It's actually a heavy piece. It's heavy. It's over a pound. I'd say probably 2 pounds or so. I'm just gonna fast forward it so it's not boring, but I'm just gonna explain what I'm doing so you understand. Everything will get sound deadening and insulation over it. I got a roller to roll it out. This is the biggest piece of shit Lowe's had. You know, honestly, I wish it was much bigger, but that's what they got. That's what I'm around. That's all I had my options for. So, sound deadening, then insulation. That's it. I'm not gonna do the floor tonight or anytime soon because I gotta get this steel plate, which is underneath the truck, just bare plate. We still have to get that powder coated, and I might still have to do something with the transmission, with the air lines and stuff. I'm not totally done with the floor yet, so I'm not gonna sound deadening it yet. So, to start with these two, get the roof. I can start cleaning up the firewall, get it up. This floor is not coming out, so we can clean this floor up. That needs a lot of attention. Okay, review time. Roman seam roller. Piece of shit. You see this stuff? It's bullshit. And I'll tell you why. It's a plastic roller on a plastic handle that has little tabs that hold the roller on. But when you roll, it wears the plastic tabs off. And it doesn't do nothing anymore. So, you can literally just roll it and the freaking roller just rolls away. So, if you go to Lowe's and you're in a situation where you need a seam roller to roll this stuff out, save the $2 or whatever, $1.90 or whatever this was, and buy a good one. But the problem is that there isn't one around here that's a good one. I'll have to come up with a different solution. What a hunk of junk. You just gotta hold your finger on this side and then roll, and it won't come off. And who cares if you get a blister, it'll go away. Anyhow, this stuff is going in pretty good. It's definitely sticky, like sticky enough I didn't have to preheat it like I thought I would. The shop's right around 65 degrees. I thought if I preheated it, it'd just make it a little bit more tackier and more stickier, which it definitely did. The problem is I couldn't really work with it because it's so sticky. It's like super glue. Once you stick it, it's done. And I couldn't move it around. So you just gotta stick it on the way it is when you get it. It's a good thing. Test it before, cut your pieces, and then put it in. So it's going. Keep watching. That's gonna hurt. Just squeeze it. That makes the pain feel better. When it hurts really bad and it doesn't bleed, you're a wimp. But it hurts really bad and bleeds a lot, you're a man. Keep it up. You didn't get to see it, but when I was wiping this piece right here, my thumb glazed across that. Cut it. Let me put you on this side. There you go. And you're not a real man till you put lacquer thinner right on a cut. Oh yeah. You guys want to be tough? Try it. Cut yourself, lacquer thinner. That's how you clean a wound. Alright, so I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. I only have the two sides done of the cab. I have to do the roof next. And other than that, I hope everybody has a great night. Thanks for watching, subscribing. And I'm still working on this truck as fast and hard as I can, as well as trying to work in this place. So, did you just see that? Yes, it's back out for the third time today. Well, in a week, I should say, not today, in a week. We decided the bearing might be bad as well. I tried pulling the bearing out without taking that back off, and it was not coming. You can see all the dents around it from prying on it all over, and it was just not coming off. So we decided, just do it right. Take it off for the third time in a week. Well, third time overall, I guess. It's not really within a week. It's the second time in the same week, but the third time total since I've owned the truck. And just fix the bearing while I'm here. So that's the next thing. Fix the bearing, get bushings and seals and go from there. So it's not hard to do. Hardest part would be, I guess at this point, is just putting this sealer and insulation on the truck and putting that back together. I got to get a drive shaft made. I'm still trying to get that. I hope to. Today's Tuesday, I believe, still the 28th. Hopefully by Thursday, because Wednesday I have a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. Hopefully by Thursday I can swing up there, get them measurements, and get a drive shaft made. If the drive shaft gets made, I think I said this earlier today, if the drive shaft gets made from that end to this end, I will personally put the rest of this part back together for now to put the batteries on, so this truck goes in and out of that door on its own without me pushing and pulling it. It will be a running, driving, moving truck on its own power, which will be awesome because in 9 months I haven't been able to do that. So hang in there, keep watching, keep following, keep subscribing, do all that bells, whistles, and cool stuff. It keeps me having motivation to work on this thing. Have a great night, guys. Thank you. All right, another one for the books. January 29th, about 10 o'clock at night. Just got done with that sound deadening material. Pretty much got the whole cab done. You know, I guess what you could say about this stuff is it's nice stuff. It feels really good to use, but it's like a tar and it's sticky as can be. So when you try and put it all on there and then try and roll it, it doesn't really, I mean, you can roll it. I obviously have crappy rollers, so it doesn't work very well. If you had a good roller, that would be easy. But I was fighting the whole thing. I was using a full piece, which is pretty long. I thought at the time it would be easier to use a full sheet of sticky and stick it up in there to keep my line straight and everything. However, when I went around the contour of these guys, trying to get them in there and then over and then back in with a full sheet that went almost from here to there, was really just fighting me. By the time I shoved it in the corner, it pulled the other side out, and I was just really getting irritated, and finally I just said, screw it. And I just started cutting everything to size. That's why it doesn't look the best. But this will be the only time you guys will see it, and I'll see it, so I don't really care. I try to overlap my seams from the other one. Again, this stuff is so thin that it's not too thick. It's not going to cause me troubles to overlap. So that's just how I did it. I found out it was easier to just do it in little pieces and just cut them, you know, smaller size, and just get it in there and cut your next one. And it was just easier that way. It doesn't look as neat, but again, you got to get the mindset. Like for me, I want everything to be perfect and look nice, but why spend time and money on something, or time, when nobody's going to see it anyway? You're just going to cover it up. So anyhow, sound deadening material is done on the sides and the roof. Next thing we're going to do is the insulation. Okay, January 30th. I just wanted to give you guys a little rundown of what I'm doing now. The floor's still pretty dirty. I'm doing the insulation right now. So last night I got all the sound deadening material done. Now we're doing the insulation. It goes on pretty good. You know, we got some spots we can fill in here later, but it's hard when you got that round contour. Nothing up here is very straight because it bows down. So you're just gonna have to kind of keep cutting it and sticking it away. It's this two-way tape, or it's just sticky on one side really. So you just peel this stuff off and then stick it right to it. It's pretty easy stuff. But that is what we are doing, is just insulating the truck. So that's today's project. Okay, definitely messier. But anyhow, it's going. Got some spots to fill in, but I'm done for tonight. It's time to get going, get some dinner. But yeah. So just gotta do this side here, down, and just touch up a few spots that got some little bit of gaps through it. And then next I am going to tear apart the doors and get behind the doors. So we're gonna get the doors apart and get some insulation and sound deadening material in them. Hey guys, welcome back. It is February 2nd now. Well, actually today is the Super Bowl. It starts in about 20 minutes. As you can tell, I don't really care. So, first off, it ain't my team playing. Second off, I don't really watch football or any type of sports because I'd rather just keep getting my own stuff done and be productive. So starting on this wall here, we're gonna go up over the top there and over here. This insulation stuff is like, you'll see all these gaps if you guys start doing it. It's a very pain in the butt to work with, at least for me anyway, because I have a lot of rivets here that you can see the impressions, and I got to get in this track. So to get it in this track and that track with the rivets and stuff, if this thing touches anything, it's so sticky that it just stops. There is no sliding and pushing. So I was fighting to get it up, and then of course it wasn't in, and I got it in but it wasn't up. So you just kind of just get it on there, get it the best you can, and just start filling. That's why some of these pieces I keep laying around here, and I'll just take strips and fill them in spots where I've got 4 new airbags for the truck here, and we're gonna throw them underneath where they go. Reason why I got the bags right now, remember I told you I wasn't doing the rubber stuff? Well, at the time they said when I went to go get the drive shaft made, it has to be at ride height. So for them to make me a drive shaft, I have to put this truck at ride height. Now I didn't really know what the ride height normally would be, but we got in contact. Thank you, the guy that sells, again, the parts guy there is awesome. He reached out to a couple of his mechanic friends he knows, and the ride height would be for this suspension is about 11.5 inches, and that would be measured from the bottom of your bag to the bottom of the frame. They pretty much confirmed it's 11.5 inches. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put it at 11.5 inches, slide the bags underneath of it, and get them bolted on. The other thing I'm gonna have to do is I can just take the jack the truck up to its 11.5, get a measurement for the drive shaft, and go from there. So anyhow, I figured it was just time. I'll get the bags and we'll be on our way. I'll at least have the bags, I'll have the drive shaft, and the interior will be, I'm gonna start buttoning it up. You know, I'm almost done with the sound deadening, or I'm sorry, the insulation, and then I can start putting the shell on and see what we gotta do with that. The next are gonna be the doors. I said we're gonna still have to get in them doors, but I can do those doors pretty much anytime. This way I can at least get my interior on. I can get the wood floor in. I'm gonna go buy 2 air ride seats, one for me, one for her, where she has a nice smooth ride. And I'm gonna carpet this. It's gonna be pretty much it for the interior. Like I said, all but one gauge at the moment doesn't work. The rest are, I think, good to go. So that's just the progress on it. I hope everybody had a great weekend, and we're gonna finish this out tonight with insulation. And I like to get the truck jacked up and see what we look like at 11.5 inches. So stay with us here. We're gonna get it going.